Hello, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Investing and Trading Live. My name is Josh Lilquist. Today is Friday, July the 14th, and we have a couple interesting things going on in the market here this week. Earnings season has started, and kind of a monster week here with the S&P 500 stocks. We had some good moves with the market. Today we're going to peek at some S&P movement, some interesting patterns or price chart looks that we have here with the S&P 500. We will look at some commodities. We'll also take a peek at the dollar here and just an overall stock market update. As we know, we're going to just use the ETFs to make it easy on the charts here. But looking at the S&P 500 SPY ETF. Down on the day, so we had stocks closing the day and ending as far as the ETF at 449.30. Now, on the week, we barely have pierced that supply zone and came back down, pierced through that full supply zone, roughly around 449, close to 50 the way it looks. So, that's just ballpark areas. So if we do see more movement up here starting on Monday, we could potentially see this stock market to continue to be very bullish here in the next coming weeks here. But we do have that supply zone underneath it. So we're going to monitor this S&P 500 as next week opens up here with with this price action. One interesting thing here with the S&P 500 is you look at a weekly chart, and obviously a monster week here this week, but it's kind of been every other week here for the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks, ever since that demand zone was created back, looks like probably back in June. So, if the common theme here is going to continue to do what it's been doing, which it always will, but, it's that speculation. We could see some potential bearish movement with the S&P 500 here starting next week. Let's take a peek at the Dow. Dow closing as far as the ETF at 345.20. The NASDAQ closing at 379.12. We're Central Time here. Down 3 cents on the day, 0.01%. So this one is year-to-date up 41.12%. The Dow year-to-date up 3%, a whopping 3%. And the S&P's up 16% year-to-date. So retracing or getting back some of those losses that it took back in 2022. The U.S. dollar in a slump here the past couple weeks here, or quite some time here. Year to date, actually down 3.38%, currently at $99.98. So, with this dollar continuing to slump, this dollar is really going to dictate what happens with the stock market, in my opinion, here moving forward. So, we could see some continuing bearishness if since that supply zone has pierced or just got finally broken through, not out of the woods yet, but broken through that S&P 500. Let's look at some gold. The gold ETF at 181.45, down 56 cents on the week. Year to date up 5.91%. Let's look at silver, which is around here somewhere. SLV closing out the week at 22.86, up 1.83% on the year. Woohoo! United States oil. This is the oil ETF. Closing the week at 67.49, down about 2%, 2.3% today. Oil has been a very strong mover here the last couple of years, but actually for the year-to-date percentage here, we're down 1.68% on the year. How about some stocks here? Let's look at the main crude oil price here. So crude oil sitting at roughly about 75.30, down 6.54% on the year. So this is the crude oil futures contract. Some notable stocks. Actually, we could almost take a look at crypto here. XRP has been in the news here. XRP up big, or actually down today, but down 14% today. But the other day went from about 50 cents to about 90, almost a dollar. So showing about 100% rate of return in one day on Ripple. I believe it. Well, the headline was they beat the SEC in that lawsuit that they've been going through for a couple of years now, I believe. XRP was outlawed, or you couldn't buy or sell it in the U.S. here for the past probably a couple of years here. So Bitcoin down 4.41% currently on the day at about 30,111. Ethereum at 19.30 and 40 cents, down about 4.72% on the day, which is about $94 per Ethereum. Polkadot down 3.73%. And one we talked about a few times is HNT, and right currently at about $1.53, down about almost 5% on the day. BHG, the first one we'll look at, is down $1.33 on the day, which is 9.53%. So a rough day for BHG, the health group. Little rough day. They've had a pretty rough year, quite frankly, the last couple of years, I think. Nvidia closing out the week at $454.69, down about $5 on the day, which is about 1%. Apple, had a rough day the other day, but up 15 cents on the day. Actually up about 46% on the year. So Apple continues to chug along. Tesla up 3.45% on the day, 281.38, which is about 1.25% on the day, and up 137% year to date. Meta closing out at 308.87. Roblox 43 even. Airbnb 143. And a couple other notables we've been talking about in the past few weeks here. WWE closing out the week at 108.06, up about 57% on the year, but not a whole lot of movement here in the past, or a big move here today, actually. Going up and then coming back down. So we're giving back a lot of the gains from the early market bullishness. Let's round out the top here. Let's round out a couple here. Let's look at Target, still not down to our area of interest. I believe that was around 110. So we'll continue to watch this. Has really been sideways for the past quite some time here. AMC down 11 cents on the day, 4.33. Those cash secured puts are still looking good. Looking for that to expire here in the next week and a half or so. So it's up 4.59% on the year, down 2.4% today though. So rough day for AMC. And let's kind of close that out. I think we looked at Salesforce this week. Salesforce had a pretty big week here, with, I believe their data was they've increased their prices. Obviously, probably making more money that way, but down actually on the day, but year to date up 69.64%. So Salesforce, ticker symbol CRM, looking pretty good here. So as we know, there's some good movements in the market here this week, and next week with earnings happening now, we're going to continue to see, or we're going to probably see more volatility coming up here in the next few weeks here to come. And we have the interest rates potentially being raised here. We'll see what happens with the Fed. They did not. They held them last time, if I'm not mistaken, and I think projected to raise them here. Who knows what's going to happen here? CPI came out this week. Next week, actually, let's take a peek at some notable news for next week. We'll look at handy dandy Forex Factory, which is a nice little website that I like to use for news events and what could potentially move the market here. So nothing this weekend. July 16, which would be Sunday. Monday, nothing real notable for the U.S. dollar, but monetary policy meeting minutes for the Australian dollar. So if you're in any Australian dollar trades on Monday, beware of that at 9:30 p.m. Canadian dollar has a couple things. The U.S. has core retail sales at 8:30 a.m. on Monday. That will probably move some markets. The New Zealand dollar has CPI data coming out on Monday night or Monday evening at 6:45. Wednesday, July 19th, pound has CPI, Australian dollar, not a whole lot with the U.S. on Wednesday. Thursday, unemployment claims, as always, as normal with in the U.S. here, and rounding out the week on Friday. Yeah, not a whole lot going on Friday the way it looks. So that kind of rounds out the week. So we have a couple market movers this week with some news, a couple currencies. So anybody that's in any currency pairs, beware of that stuff as those news happen in the upcoming week. But we'll continue to do another show. We'll probably do on Monday, Tuesday, a couple on Wednesday or Thursday. Matter of fact, probably do 4 on Wednesday or Thursday. And then we'll round out the week with a market update. So stay safe out there. Make sure to collect your profits when they are there. Protect your losses. Making sure they're small. And as always, as next time happens, you must retire young, my friends.